Hey, past couple of days I've been working really hard on a DBD concept for a new killer and survivor from the 1982 film The Thing, with the alien being the killer and Mac being the survivor. I thought this would be a really cool concept because it would kind of just put every survivor on their toes, sort of like another stealth killer. But you can't tell who's who. So to start it off, for the power. The description is the thing uses its power to transform into its prey to hunt down and deceive them, causing confusion within survivors. And originally, when I was making this concept, what would the killer look like? Would it be the massive blob from the movies, or one of the people being assimilated? I think it would be best if the killer would look like Bennings when he was like midway through being assimilated. That way, it's still humanoid somewhat. And, it won't be too small nor too big for hitboxes to properly work. Anyway, so the special ability is called Assimilation. Press and hold the Activate Ability button to transform into a random survivor present in the trial for a period of time. While you are transformed, you are granted the undetectable status for as long as the morph gauge is not depleted. Or a survivor is injured / put down into the dying state. The thing can also choose when to end its morphing stage, causing its power gauge to refill slowly, disallowing the use of it until it is full. Now, this is supposed to make sort of like Myers Tier 3 or Ghostface's Night Shroud, so you can't forever be morphed into a survivor, because that would just be a little bit broken, so that you have a timer to correctly use it. Hitting a survivor, downing a survivor, finding a survivor in a locker, that stuff would all cause the bar to stop. You're like no longer morphed. You can't use your assimilation ability until the bar is completely full again. Now, I thought of some more cool ideas that this is always subject to change, but I thought, the thing could be able to mimic its prey by appearing injured, downed, working on a generator, which would cause it to regress. Another way to tell whether a survivor is actually the killer. But each one of these things would take a considerable chunk out of the morph gauge to make it a little bit more balanced. Of course, this can all be add-ons later, but I have some more add-on ideas, such as in a regular game, you would start off as the humanoid killer. But you could bring in like a purple or eerie add-on to start as a survivor, random survivor in there. So you immediately get the undetectable status, and it just makes it easier to find someone faster. Also, another add-on could be allowing the morph process to be a little bit quicker, having a longer duration, or even to just, I think another eerie add-on could be to choose a specific survivor to morph into, somewhat like the spy from TF2, except to balance this out, it should only be survivors that you can see. Now, this distance should be pretty far, but you should have to be able to see this person to transform into them. Anyway, so for the perk ideas, the first one that I came up with is called Make a Getaway, where successfully catching your prey fuels you. Once you hook a survivor, gain 10% increased movement speed for 6 to 8 to 10 seconds, depending on the tier of the perk. The next one is Hex Paranoia. Catching survivors requires biding one's time, instilling fear and paranoia in survivors. Each time when you hook a survivor, you gain the undetectable status for 10 seconds, granting you 1 token. Each token grants 5 extra seconds of the undetectable status after hooking a survivor, with a max of 2, 3, and 4 tokens. Once this perk is fully tiered up and you have 4 tokens, that could be 30 seconds of being undetectable after you hook a survivor. However, to make sure this isn't too broken, it is a hex perk, so the hex only persists as long as the related hex totem is still standing. This just to make it a little bit more balanced. The final perk for the thing is Break Their Trust. You become obsessed with one survivor. Your obsession will cause regression on any generator that is being worked on by more than one survivor. Your obsession will also have a 5, 10, 15% penalty healing speed for healing teammates and being healed themselves. Of course, this only applies to other survivors healing them, not them healing themselves. And this is kind of a generator control perk where it just stops gen rushing at the beginning of the game. And of course, once the obsession switches, so does the effects go to the other player. For max perks, the first one is Trust No One. A fight for your life causes you to accuse those whom you most trust. You complete solo actions 8% faster. Once this action is complete, you see the auras of all survivors completing cooperative actions for 4, 6, and 8 seconds. Now, I feel like the amount of time to see the auras is pretty good, but the increase of speed is always subject to change. These are just concepts. But yes, for the next perk, Clear-Headed, you become more focused and in tune to your hunter strategy. Every chase you successfully escape, gain a token. Each token grants 4% faster movement speed while in a chase with a max of 2, 3, and 4 tokens. Being hit or downed by the killer causes you to lose a token. Now, when it says 4% faster movement speed, this only applies to when you are in a chase. Not like Hope when it's whenever. It will only be in a chase to make it a little bit more balanced. The last perk for Mac is Know Their Weakness. Battle after battle, you learn the killer's weakness after being in a chase for 50 to 40 to 30 seconds. Press the Activate Ability button to stun the killer for 3 seconds. Once complete, you gain the exhaustion status effect for 60, 50, and 40 seconds. You know, it's been over a year since we've gotten another exhaustion perk, such as, Head On. That was the last exhaustion perk we got from Demise of the Faithful chapter. And I thought it'd be really interesting to bring another exhaustion perk out. And the idea I got from this one is in the movie for the thing when Mac is holding a stick of dynamite, kind of just, threatening everyone in the camp and, trying to save his own life. And this could be changed to a stick of dynamite. This could be changed to a brick. I was thinking about having it as a brick, as like the actual object. And this wouldn't be a proximity-based stun. It would be more like a accurate stun, if that makes any sense. Mainly to make it a little bit more balanced. There would be some leeway with the hitboxes on this one, because of course it'd be kind of like the Pebble, but don't want to make the hitbox too big. So yeah, that's all the perks for it and the power, and of course all of this is subject to change, but I had a lot of fun coming up with these concepts on stream. I kind of just showed a bunch of my ideas to viewers, and some people gave me some good ideas. Hey, so Future Rapid here. I'm just editing this video through right now, and before I see any comments about, oh, why didn't you make any perk picture concepts, I'm not a good artist. I'm totally shit at that kind of stuff, but I did have ideas of what they could be like. So I'll just go through those really quick right now. For Make a Getaway, I wanted to do like the head crab thing in the movie. For Paranoia, maybe just a bunch of eyes scattering around for the picture. For Break Their Trust, be one of the dogs, like the Huskies, for the beginning of the film. And then for Mac Perks, Trust No One. Could have a drawing of them testing the blood samples from the movie with that little cord of wire. And then for Clear-Headed, could just have somewhat of a drawing of Mac himself, because he's kind of just, the leader in the movie. And then for Know Their Weakness, I thought maybe a Molotov or a stick of dynamite being thrown as the picture. That's all I got. Thank you guys for listening, and peace.